We have to move to more sustainable travel to help the environment and to reduce congestion. There are also benefits to the individual from health and from cost savings as well. Everybody can play a part. Look at all your journeys, whether it's to and from work or journeys in the evening, weekends. There'll be some journeys that you'll be able to take by more sustainable means, whether that's walking or cycling, by public transport, car sharing, or if you have to go by car, there are more environmentally friendly ways to drive the car. Everyone can make a difference, everyone can make an impact. If everyone just changes one journey that they make on a regular basis, the combined effort will have a massive impact on congestion and air quality, and it really will make a difference.
The message I would give out to everyone about thinking about active travel and active lifestyle is start small. It's not a case of all or nothing. If you can gradually introduce changes, you are more likely to sustain them longer term. If you try to change everything all in one go and commit to riding to work 5 days a week forevermore, you're setting yourself up to fail. Whereas if you start with little challenges, so that may be to bike once a month or once a week or do one walk journey, you will gradually introduce the change and it will become more normal more soon. The one thing to mention is that active travel and sustainable travel is a really natural way of introducing activity to your daily routine. Quite often we all have busy lifestyles. We drive to work, we drive home. When we get home, we've got lots of commitments to do outside of work, and by the time you have some me time, you're too tired to do anything. If you found a really good way of slotting in 20 minutes during your normal working day, then by the time you're tired in the evening, you can sit down safe in the knowledge that you've had activity during the day. Walking to work needs no special equipment whatsoever, apart from it's a good idea to have a waterproof, as the weather can be very unpredictable in Great Britain, but water's not going to kill you. A bit of rain here and there, it's just about being prepared for the weather. Obviously, if you're going to cycle to work, it's good to have a well-maintained bike and a decent waterproof in case there is a downpour. A lot of the comments from colleagues have been that when they've started to introduce walk journeys to work and the odd day cycling to work, that the savings that brings them on fuel is an incentive to carry on that routine. You know, they're actually feeling the benefits in their pocket as well as physically.
It sets you up for the day. I can't say anything better than, you know, walking, cycling. It brightens your mood. I'm no tree hugger, I'm afraid. I do it for my own reasons as well, which are to keep fit and to save money. So the very practical reasons, and I find most things to do with eco and sustainability work are very practical because they benefit you just as much as the environment.
It's quite surprising how once you've turned your mind to a cycle journey, you will look for the routes where there is less traffic on the road. So you're able to take shortcuts, you're able to take the routes that are less heavily trafficked, and therefore you're not at greater risk of accident anyway. My personal challenge for the week is to try to set aside one office day when I know I can cycle to work, and that means making sure that whatever the weather the night before, I'm organised and I'm ready to do that.
If you time your day well, say you leave that a little bit sooner, you arrive at work refreshed, full of oxygen, ready to begin the day, you can have a nice shower as well when you get here. So as long as you plan things properly through the course of the day, the fact that it takes a little longer to get to work should be celebrated, perhaps give you that thinking time on your way to and from work. I definitely think that the increase in 20-mile-an-hour areas has helped because drivers now, you know, they'll just be a little easier around the built-up areas.
Cycling as an activity is a really good option for many people because if they have gained weight or if they've had joint problems over the years, a bicycle naturally supports their weight and takes the weight off their joints. So as long as they feel fairly confident on a bike or they know where to access refresher courses on cycling, it's a really good way of getting cardiovascular exercise without straining your body if you've had a period away from sport. So it's quite good for rehabilitating, or it's quite a good way of building activity back into your everyday life. We say with walking that if you can walk to a level that you can have a conversation but you feel warm afterwards, that you're exercising at a level that will benefit your health. The benefits in terms of your reducing your risk for heart disease, reducing your risk for diabetes in the longer term far outweigh the chance of you having an accident.
We car share on average 4 days out of 5 a week. I'll generally do 2 days, and my colleague Alan, he'll also do 2 days, and we just split it between us.
Well, I personally save about £600 a year and do 3,500 miles less travelling just by car sharing with Seth.
If everybody was to try and do something similar to what me and Alan do, then I think overall we could make an impact. There's an actual company website that tries to promote car sharing within BAE Systems, Lancashire. You register your details where you live, and I think it obviously comes up with matches then of people in your area that you might want to consider sharing with.
Eco driving is obviously what the title suggests, is being kinder to the economy and to the ecological side of our society. It's a way of driving in a planned method, saving fuel, saving wear and tear on vehicles, saving the environment, and ultimately saving yourself a lot of expense on fuel. With a forward planning eco driver, you're approaching situations in a more progressive, planned method, and this helps you to avoid excess braking and then therefore excess acceleration to actually get the vehicle moving again. A short car trip will inevitably use more fuel than a long car trip because a car has to warm up, and a cold car actually uses more fuel and gives out more CO2 than a warm engine. Remember, whatever you carry in the boot of the car requires fuel to get it moving. Everything needs fuel to get it moving. So declutter the car and save yourself some money. Driving in an eco style can increase your fuel efficiency by around about 5 to 10%.
I think public transport on the whole is a lot more reliable than people think. Usually I can get to any kind of terminal, and if the train isn't there or the bus isn't there, then I'll know exactly when it's going to be there. The time spent on public transport, I end up getting some work done as well. So short things like reading a paper or reading a journal article, I can achieve that in 15-20 minutes, so it's perfect.
Buses that they currently run on the route between Lancaster and Preston are very new buses. They seem to be clean, reliable. Yes, I can't fault them.
In fact, there's 2 or 3 different benefits. There's the fact that it's quicker, there's also the fact that it actually costs less, and there's the thing about having to park as well, which makes it so much easier to come on a train and not have to worry about a car.
I found that the Transport Direct website is a fantastic tool. That website allows you to plan a route on public transport, enter your travel details on, and it will provide the various public transport options for you.
It's very easy to use a Transport Direct website. You just have to get onto the web page, and then you need to know your destination and where you're going from and the approximate time. Once you've done that, you'll get a range of options of how to get there. Sometimes it'll have details of how many changes and how many different stages of the journey. So obviously if you want a journey that's not very many stages, that's easy to do, then you can choose that one.
I'd say give it a go. You've absolutely nothing to lose. If, like me, you find it to be a positive experience, not only can you save money, but you can also free up time for yourself, relieve the stress of travelling to and from work.
I think me and Alan are the kind of main people within the office that do car share, and we're always trying to encourage others to do similar, especially when we know people live quite close to each other. It's something that we are trying to obviously encourage within the office.
As a team, we have joined up to the Walk for Life website. There's an online tool that enables you to create a virtual walking group, and everyone in the team has an individual walk account on the site, and basically it means that we can set team challenges. So for instance, we're based in East Lancashire, and one of our best traffic-free routes in the area is the Leeds-Liverpool Canal, and it was a great starting point to say we challenge all staff to contribute to walking the entire length of the Leeds-Liverpool Canal, which was 127 miles. And when everyone started to put their walk journeys onto the site, we achieved the target in no time at all. If you have staff who are really proactive believers of sustainable travel and they practice that on a weekly basis. Encourage them to share their knowledge on traffic-free routes and just general top tips of how they fit it around their daily routines.
It's too easy to say what I do isn't going to make a big difference in the scheme of things, but if everyone has that attitude, there won't be a larger scale change. So really, for me, I think that my actions do actually help, and it's having that attitude that will help benefit sustainability in the long term.
Get out there, walk or cycle. It's much safer, it's much cheaper, and actually much more enjoyable. It's a great way to start the day and end the day. And if more of us did it, petrol price would probably come down anyway because there won't be quite the demand. And I think that little step that you can take and I can take could make a big difference.